السلام عليكم. لا تنسوا الإعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة تشجيعا لنا لنستمر بنشر المزيد إن شاء الله.
I am an employee in the bank and work as an accountant, and the salary that I take from the bank is a nice salary. And big and living, thank God. And my wife is also an employee. And she is working in the diplomatic corps. But my wife, when we were in the first year of marriage, we loved each other a lot, and more, and she was spoiling me. And I also petted her to the other, and I was her professional, and she also did everything for me that I wanted, and what I asked her to do right away. And we had an intimate relationship that came 5 times a day. And all that we conclude interest. We would rest for an hour and then go back to having another relationship. And we were longing for each other. And the love between us was bekshi. We have always been growing out of love. We preferred it for a year and more. Until when our Lord honored her and she became pregnant with me with a child who was 9 months old and gave birth to the child. After giving birth, my wife got tired and exhausted. And I don't know what to do at home and how to work in her job as an employee. And her treatment has finally changed from my point of view, and I am not purely frivolous. And I adore her and appreciate what she is doing. I just rank well, and we live MSS Uton on the other and hire festi money from the salary violin. But after the birth and I left the boy. She is not able to do anything. And I told her, I took leave without pay, and she is sick. She is sincere and has a job to help her with the house and raising the child. And the preoccupation that brought it. Mahiash pure working form. And you chovo her say the bride is coming from the hairdresser. She saw himself, his affairs, and his beauty. And I, my wife, won't work with him in a marital relationship. I am mentally tired, because, of course, you know that men have a sweet and beautiful need for this issue and that men enjoy. And this job, I felt, was right. All of them are a nos, beauty, tenderness, affection and tenderness. I am deprived of my wife and I have a void. And my wife smiled and lived my words. When I see this job, my body is hot and the devil is riding me. And frankly, an hour ago when she came home, she turned my being, my situation and my fraud. And one day my wife went to work as usual and called the child to the maid to see him and change his pampers. And the boy is crying and screaming, and I don't know what. I took my son and went to the maid's house. And may God bless what he created. I saw in front of me an angel coming down from heaven. God is great. We are the men who are heavy-handed. Saw her from here, wearing a nightgown, her hair is flowing as silk, her body working like milk, and her body smelling very beautiful, all feminine and elegant, with a lightness of blood on her. And at that time, I was called to my wife, because she put me in this weak position. When I looked at her, my hands touched her hands, and I looked at her dull body. And she found me with a soul on her face, and I kissed. She at Sivat Mona and said Yalhawi, shame on you, sir. And she met me, I put my hands on her face and her body, and I hugged her. And my whole body was hot and warm. I took her in my lap. And she slapped me and said, "Why is it wrong, my good sir?" And I can't get away from her and I can't keep her away. And forced that I worked with her intimate relationship in the kitchen. I was very happy to know her. I let Madam walk and go to work. I was going home quickly to go to her and the best love in her. I told her I will marry you. And you will be my wife. And she said to me medicine and my city. And I told her Milkesh any invitation. And actually outjazzed her I had an apartment. Alone to live in. Several months later, she became pregnant with me as well. But when I went to her, I would be at the top of happiness, because it is a strong matter and it is all feminine and childish. I am now married to 2 women. My first wife is an employee and my second time I enjoy with her. And I don't know how to reconcile them because it's my first time. If she knew, she would ask for a divorce, and we would have many problems. Because I preferred a job. Bees hair Ellie Jath for herself. Because she worked her head with the head of her walnut. And she stopped seeing my requests, comforting me and satisfying me. She has her job more important than me, and I forgot that I am her husband and the father of her son. And I forgot that I am the son of Adam, and he has blood, flesh, entity and feelings. And I forgot that he is the one who brought me the maid to the house. But frankly, I am happy with my second passport. If you like the video, support me with a like and a subscription to the channel. Haytham Rafat is an accountant in the bank.